Today we are going to study therapeutic drug monitoring. In previous class, we discussed something about this therapeutic drug monitoring, why it is important. Earlier that we studied drug adverse reactions and uh, drug distribution system in hospital. Now, one more important thing, which is we are taking care in a hospital, that is therapeutic drug monitoring. Some drugs we are taking care, including in this TDM, and some drug we are not including in this drug. You can see here. Uh, Drugs that do not need therapeutic drug monitoring, drugs that used for treating disease which their clinical endpoints can easily monitor, like BP, heart rate, cardiac rhythm, blood glucose, blood cholesterol, triglycerides, urine volume, body temperature, inflammation, pain, etc. That drugs are not including in therapeutic drug monitoring, because here you can easily get the result by the monitoring some parameters. Now, drugs whose serum concentration do not correlate with the therapeutic or toxic effect, these drugs also not including in this. Drug with less complicated pharmacokinetics, drug that used to treat less complicated or not life-threatening disease, that is also not including in therapeutic drug monitoring. Now, commonly monitored drugs are bronchodilator. Theophylline is a good example. Another we can include salbutamol. Similarly, antibiotics. Not all antibiotics. Some special class of antibiotic we are using or we are including in therapeutic drug monitoring. That is aminoglycoside antibiotic, gentamicin, amikacin, vancomycin, etc. Aminoglycoside is a broad spectrum antibiotic, and antibiotic which are having big structures, or they are active against both gram positive and gram negative bacteria. Amikacin is a second generation anti-tubercular drug. We are giving this drug in uh, MDT, uh, in multiple drug resistance tuberculosis. In that case, we are prescribing this antibiotic. Now, next is immunosuppressant, like cycloserine, anti-cancer drug, like anti-metabolites, example methotrexate, anti-epileptic drug like phenobarbital, phenytoin, carbamazepine, valproate, etc. Similarly, cardiac drugs like digoxin, procainamide, lidocaine, they are also including in local anesthetic as well as in cardioarrhythmic drug, anti-arrhythmic drugs also. Psychoactive drugs like lithium, TCA, and analgesic drug like aspirin and paracetamol. Criteria for TDM is by monitoring assay method, narrow therapeutic range, poor relationship between dose and serum drug concentration, non-linear pharmacokinetics, good relationship between serum drug concentration and therapeutic toxic effect, lack of the therapeutic effect is dangerous, difficulty in the interpreting the sign and symptoms of the toxicity or therapeutic failure, or in evaluating therapeutic response, like toxicity versus therapeutic failure, therapeutic responses, etc. Now, Uh, TDM as a methodology emit highly automated, rapid turnaround many assays available of homogeneous, moderate sensitivity but poor stability of calibration curve. These are the we are discussing therapeutic drug monitoring and how we monitored the therapeutic effect of any drug in human body in the patient. Some drugs we are excluding for this assay, and some drugs we are including this assay. And therapeutic drug monitoring assay methodologies is given that number two is ELISA. It is highly automated, rapid turnaround moderate sensitivity, few assays available for this. And next is RIA. You will study in air semester also. In one entire unit is based on radioimmunoassay, high sensitivity method, but long turn around, many interference and heterogeneous radiation and hazards is there. Next is आशीष. आप बेटा सबके फोटो ले लेना एक साथ जब आ जाए सब. EPIA, highly automated, rapid turn around many assays available. Stability of reagents and calibration curve, moderate sensitivity and homogeneous. Next is HPLC that you know about the HPLC well known. By this, we are also assessing number of drugs, highest sensitivity, most commonly used assay method, least expensive but long term amount. It required highly trained personnel for the assay method. Now, types of assay required: the total drug concentration, free drug concentration, and metabolites. These three things we are measuring inside the drug serum concentration or metabolites serum concentration, concentration of drug, active drug present in a body of patient that we are measuring. And we are checking whether that concentration is up to the minimum effective concentration, or that reaches to the toxic level, or that is not reaching to the minimum concentration level, effective concentration level. That also, they all are things we are measuring by these methods or these assay methods, and we fix the dose of that particular patient or revise the dose of that particular patient. Now, appropriate use of TDM, the maximizing and speeding of efficacy, minimizing the toxicity that I earlier told you. We can easily measure, or we can easily see the toxicity of that particular drug to the particular patient by this method. Patient drug history uncertain at that time also, this method is helpful for us. Now, poor response to initial prescription or deterioration after the good response, and when hepatic and renal function is changes at that time also, we can use this assay for the good response. Now, during the drug interaction also, it help us individualizing therapy and doses regimen adjustment. I earlier told you to decide the doses of that particular patient or its regimen is taking prescription from long back, and we adjust the dose as per the today's requirement. Now, next is to make decision about the future therapy, and pharmacokinetic profiling of that particular drug also help in this. Now, factor affecting serum drug concentration and interpretation of serum drug concentration. These are all are important in the TDM. So, disease state, renal, liver, cardiac, and thyroid condition also is responsible for the SDC. SDC is nothing but serum drug concentration. In exam, directly they can ask SDC or TDM or some abbreviation, and you have to answer or elaborate that thing. You must be able to elaborate. So go through it. Second is habit, that is also affect the SDC: diet, smoking, drinking, pregnancy, age, weight, lactating mother. That is also is a important criteria. Now, non-compliance effect and electrolyte balance, like digoxin versus sodium and potassium and calcium level, it directly affect. Now, next is drug interaction, plasma protein binding, bioavailability, and sampling time. These are the factors which we directly responsible for the serum drug concentration, and we have to go for the therapeutic drug monitoring for the same. Guideline for the sampling time. It is very important at what time you are going to take a sample from the patient to establish that the serum drug concentration is steady state, means complete drug release is there, and that drug is reaches to the systemic circulation. You have to wait for that time also. Ensure complete absorption and distribution of drug take place. Reason for therapeutic drug monitoring TDM: all except aminoglycoside suspect toxicity, peak of serum drug concentration, suspect failure or non-compliance through serum drug concentration. In the case of aminoglycoside, suspect toxicity and peak through serum drug concentration, suspect failure or non-compliance peak of serum drug concentration. Similarly, clinical usefulness of TDM to maximizing efficacy. Example, epileptic point versus phenytoin, burn point versus gentamicin, asthmatic versus theophylline, and life-saving serious uh, situations. These we are using therapeutic drug monitoring to maximizing the efficacy of that particular drug for that particular symptoms or that particular response, like mm, given in these examples. Avoiding toxicity like overdose, differentiate adverse effect from the disease state, digoxin toxicity versus ventricular arrhythmia, digoxin toxicity versus hypopotassium and calcium level, hypercalcium level. Alternate pharmacokinetics also we can avoid by the using of TDM. Identify therapeutic failure, like non-compliance if drug is not required to for that particular patient, that is also we can see by the TDM. Subtherapeutic dose, bioavailability problem, malabsorption, drug interaction, etc. These points we can consider by using therapeutic drug monitoring. So, dear friends, dear students, the therapeutic drug monitoring is very important to see the effect of that particular drug to the particular patient is uh, monitored by using TDM. Now, facilitating adjustment of doses, we can adjust the doses by the using of TDM. New dose equal to old dose into desired uh, concentration, serum concentration, and old serum concentration. Similarly, clearance and obtained serum concentration, by this formula we can calculate or adjust the um, dose for the patient. Now, facilitating therapeutic effect like target drug concentration in the case of anti-epileptic drug, and dose adjustment also we can do through TDM. Now, benefits of TDM in the hospital. By the using of TDM, we can reduce the hospital congestion, increase the quality of prescription and service, economic consideration also, and personal research promotion and self-esteem. Medical legal aspect also we can reduce by the using of TDM. Now, patient care, decrease the duration of stay in a hospital. It is good for the patient. Receive safer and more effective prescription or medication. More economic for the patient because he is receiving exact drugs which are required for that particular disease. Increase productivity of that particular hospital. Improve quality life of the patient by using TDM. This cost effective economic consideration also, uh, it reduce building cost, maintenance cost of equipment depreciation cost, medical supplies, salaries also by reduce with the effective use of TDM. The cost effectiveness methodology, uh, the expenses of TDM measurement versus cost of extended medical care. We can compare this thing, and facilitating the future roles of pharmacists and other personals like clinical pharmacy, active role in patient care, research and development unit also involved in the TDM. Now, before setting up TDM, how many drugs should be monitored? How many times in a day should be sample can be sent for the measurement? And uh, one in a day, twice in a day, or around the clock? Like we can set the sample taking time. Personal needed, equipments needed, billing system, shipping of reagents. These are the things we required in TDM process. Now, problem of TDM services. Hospital personals do not know the existence of TDM services. That is a big problem in this developing countries like India. Therapeutic drug monitoring is very practicing is very less, and some sophisticated hospital or some very well developed hospital only following this method. Uh, we can increase this number on the benefit of for the benefit of patient and human beings. Now, physicians do not understand the principal benefits and the limitation of TDM. That is also a big problem. Uh, Physicians, they are writing the prescription. If drug is not effective, then patient is not getting relief for that particular prescription. He changed the prescription, not going what is the reason behind that, and these are the things is going on in nowadays. Now, inappropriate sampling time, that is also affect the result of therapeutic drug monitoring. Do not state the indication of therapeutic drug monitoring. Insufficient patient history and other necessary data. If you are not having the proper data, then therapeutic drug monitoring is not giving proper result. No consultation when the problem arises This is also a big task. Earlier I told you this form we have to fill before or under the observing of that particular patient in this therapeutic drug monitoring treatment. These are the drug I earlier told you. These are the drug we have to monitor or we are monitoring under the uh, therapeutic drug monitoring. Aminoglycoside, number of aminoglycoside class antibiotics, amikacin, kanamycin, gentamicin, dibecacin, natlimicin, tobramycin, streptomycin, like that. Number of aminoglycosides antibiotics are drug. Anti-neoplastic drug, I told you methotrexate, that is belongs to the class antimetabolites, immunosuppressant agent, anti-arrhythmic. Now, next class of drug, that is anti-arrhythmic, uh, diisopyramides, lidocaine, procainamides, quinidine. Quinidine is very well-known anti-arrhythmic drug. Cardiac glycoside like digitoxin and digoxin. Now, next is anti-epileptic drug, that is carbamazepine, ethosuximide, phenobarbital, phenytoin, valproate, and bronchodilator. These drugs also we are using bronchodilator theophylline for the therapeutic drug monitoring. Now, next is analgesic, aspirin, paracetamol, psychoactive drug, amitriptyline, imipramine, nortriptyline, lithium. They are using for the same. Now, dear students, this is from the my side. In therapeutic drug monitoring, we will discuss next chapter in tomorrow class. So, my sincere request to you all, please attend all the sessions, all the lectures. That is very important for you people. And your sessional examination also is nearby.